Got you.
Yeah, the last couple tracks, I decided like, cause I feel like the last couple tracks are like the more intimate songs on the album. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna do any backing tracks, just like me and the beat. Exactly. Music to me is a way where people can express themselves in ways where words can't. I feel like when you play a certain chord progression, it makes you feel something that, saying a sentence isn't able to. And not only that, but I think the world building behind like a musical album, a stage design for a tour, things like that immerses a listener into a world that I don't think, any other media can. I said I love you like you sweet food. Can I eat you? Probably taste sweet too. Only spinning game, come my sweet tooth. What's your number, natty, so I can meet you here. There, don't care you like me, cause I wear this probably why you stare. Can't stand me like a chair, no surprise. All these bitches nasty, skanky in my eyes. See them watching from the sideline, putting on my hotline, making me wanna roll eyes. Smoking on that chronic now, feeling so hot, chilling with my shorty. Dope, I'm killing dope vibe, niggas in their 40s. Still hating online, niggas getting stormy. Try, didn't reply, dripping hella water. Outfit on the seaside, dripping hella water. Outfit on the seaside. Wait, and we could go on place. My stage name is Dracula. That's what I go by. I'm a rapper, producer, graphic designer. And I'm the creator of two brands, Nocturnal Radio, Black Schwink. Black Schwink is a music-focused brand, and Nocturnal Radio is more clothing and fashion inspired. What made me really want to create and specifically make music, I grew up in a creative household. My older sister, she wrote music and she drew a lot. My older brother, he was a rapper. He made music. My little sister, she could sing. My sibling's dad, he was an artist. He could draw. So yeah, creative and like artistic visions have just always been in my life. Once I got into middle school and I started taking, art more serious, I was gonna actually start by making comic books and screenplays and stuff like that, being a story writer, but I realized that music was way more fun to make. Like the process of making music was, the most fun I've ever had. So yeah, I just started doing that, and that kind of just took up my day more than comic books and video games and everything else. Music to me is a way where people can express themselves. I feel like when you play a certain chord progression, it makes you feel something that, saying a sentence isn't able to. And not only that, but I think the world building behind like a musical album or like a stage design for a tour, things like that immerses a listener into a world that I don't think, any other media can. I've heard stories of like deaf people, they go to festivals and shows just to feel like the vibration of speakers and stuff like that. So I think music is just one of the most universal mediums and art forms someone can use to express themselves. I would say I have three really big influences when it comes to the way that I make and go about creating art. Um, those three influences would be Kanye West, Tyler the Creator, and Lil Wayne. Kanye, I feel like the way that his influence and the way that he, rebrands every single album, I think it's really admirable. He doesn't like heed to what fans say. If, for example, with Yeezus, the album Yeezus is one of the biggest influences to me, not just, sonically and how the album sounds, but just as what the album represents as just a piece of rebellious art. I think that's like something that I could relate to a lot. Tyler the Creator, because of his independence, the way that he stands on his own, and he built Odd Future, and he just used the talent from him and his friends to really put themselves in positions that wasn't just offered to them. They really worked themselves up there. And Lil Wayne, because he was just his work ethic, he's never not working on music and perfecting his craft and going out for what like really like feels good to him. Even if, fans don't like it, like when he dropped his rock album and everybody was hating on it and everything. But he knew that like that's what he wanted to do and he didn't let anybody stop him. And even though people don't like it, it's one of the most influential, albums today because now every rapper wants to be like a rock star too and stuff. So I'll say those three artists are like probably the biggest inspirations I have in my life. The full album name is Puppy Love Lone Wolf. It's titled that because the album has two sides. The first side is synth funk R&B kind of pop, not pop but pop rap inspired. It's more like lighthearted. And the Lone Wolf side is more jazz, boom bap, like real hip hop, rapping inspired.
Look, I've been so real from the jump. Fuck niggas max, they can't beat me up. Fuck niggas mad cause the music
Sets
is
me
up.
to
Look
the
at the
fire.
front, I'm still number one. No matter course I'm compared to us. I'm from the bottom, I shout out to mud. Niggas be back and I'm giving up fucks.
Oh shit.
My sons, I'm getting so sick and tired of lambs. I don't be wishing they run.
Yo, what the fuck? Oh shit, this is sick. Hey man, this shit's kind of dope. Damn, where'd he go? Well shit, let's cook. I've been working on the Puppy Love concept since before my last album was out. And my last album came out on my birthday, so July 21st. So I've been working on this album for almost a year. I started off working on like a couple different albums before this. I've always had the Puppy Love concept, but like the music in the album has changed drastically from when I first started to what it is now. And right now it's just in the mixing process. So sonically the album is done and the first couple songs that I made for this album sound nothing like what the songs on this album sound right now. But you could also kind of feel the parallels between what I was going for. So I would say like a little less than a year I worked on this album. So the Puppy Love album is different than my past projects because my other albums, I like them of course, but when it comes to song structuring and when it comes to actually like creating a song from beginning to end, I was more focused on I have a verse or I have a concept in mind. Let me create a beat around that concept and around that idea so that I could get that out. And this one, it's more I have a sound in mind, not really a concept. I have a sound in mind, and I'm going to flesh that out for this album. For me, this album, Puppy Love, represents change in the way that I go about creating music. I realize that I feel like I take music a little too serious sometimes, and I don't allow myself to have fun, and I don't allow myself to really tap into the sounds that I want to tap into, um, just because of the image that I want to put in the branding that I've, been keeping consistent my whole shit basically. So, but with this album, I genuinely was like, you know what, fuck everything, and I'm just gonna make some music that I genuinely listen to. So I listen to a lot of R&B, and I listen to a lot of early 2000s music. Like I listen to a lot of Pharrell, and I listen to a lot of like Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, um, The Roots. I listen to like a lot of like soulful stuff like Eric Badu's. things like that. So instead of working on music with the ideas of having lyrics first and like what message I'm trying to put out, this album is different because I'm like more sonically driven in this one. I was trying to make stuff that just sonically sounds good to me and music that I would go back to and listen to like myself. So it's more like an album just for people to like listen to, add some stuff to their playlist. But at the same time, like if you want that, you know, Dracula concept driven album, it's still in there if you listen closely and stuff. So it's just it's just me trying to find a balance between my concepts and me as like a deep story writer and also me as a fan of music who likes to listen to really good music and stuff like that. So finding my two biggest strengths in those two halves and just pushing them together is what this album is basically.
No lie, fuck niggas but still my shine. Let niggas get left behind. Let niggas get stand beside. Hate niggas, that's not my kind. But I hate you niggas on right. Tell me niggas hit shit twice. Tell me niggas hit shit twice. Look. I've been so real from the jump. Fuck niggas mad 'cause they can't beat me up. Fuck niggas mad 'cause the music be sucking. They look at the board and I'm still number one. No matter course I'm compared to us. I'm from the bottom, I shout out to mud. Niggas be back and I'm giving no fucks and I'm black shit in corporate. You niggas my sons. I'm getting so sick and tired of lames. I know they wishing they rap on the name. I know these hoes be handing out brain. These niggas be riding on just for the fame. I come to bury her, scary hysteria. Dated the money and want me to marry her. Smoking on Mary, so don't put the cherry out. I am the hardest, I heard it from Oh she the brody, yeah, oh she the If you don't fuck with us, fuck what you talk about.
The people that I would like to thank for helping me create Puppy Love is first of all, I would like to thank the features, Vante, BNB, Lil AR, King Lou, Imma, Chino, Vivid. The engineer Alex Arthur from Carousel Studios, he helped me a lot. He also mixed Suburban Nightmare, so he's an engineer that I've been going to a lot. And honestly, I would like to also thank Pharrell. He was like the biggest influence on this album. So without his music, this wouldn't even be a thing at all. So what's next for me? Well, I've already started working on my next project. I have no idea the title or sound or anything right now. I just have a you know a concept and philosophy in mind for my next album already that I've been working towards. I'm working on a short film. I got some homies together that's helping me you know produce that. I'm working on a fashion line for my first drop of Nocturnal Radio, and I'm probably gonna be doing a pop-up shop for that or some type of event for my clothes when I drop those. Um, and I've also been planning on doing YouTube content. I want to start talking about like other things like albums that I like or albums that have influenced my other projects and stuff like that. You know, just to give people another perspective of how I listen to music and how I digest things, and maybe it'll help um artists that are like me in the future and stuff like that. So yeah, I have some cool stuff coming up. A message I could give to everybody watching this would be to just be yourself because, you know, why wouldn't you want to be yourself? Nobody could be you better than you could be you at the end of the day. And I'd rather fail at something being myself than fail at something trying to be what people want me to be and then fail at that because that's just embarrassing as hell. So you might as well just go all in and be yourself.
If you looking for the fun, good shit from my song, you niggas doing it for fun. I don't think you had a